Trying to make it in K-pop is no easy feat, and for foreign idols, the road is even rougher. Many have shared how difficult it is to earn the same respect as Korean idols and be seen as equals. Despite the global reach of K-pop, where fans from all corners of the world look up to Korean idols, the industry remains mostly Korean, with a few other East Asian exceptions. This results in many foreign idols still being of Asian descent or half Korean, such as Joo Hyun of The Boys or Yoon Kai of TXT, while non-Asian idols like Black Swan's Gabi and Fatu are a rarer sight. Many are still wondering why to this day, the Korean idol scene is so racially exclusive when it's clear that non-Koreans can make it in the industry. One reason, of course, lies in the foundation of Korean society itself. As of 2019, foreigners have only made up about 4.9% of South Korea's population. The entertainment industry, which is primarily geared toward domestic consumption, naturally focuses on reflecting on its biggest demographic, meaning ethnic Koreans. South Korean companies focus their efforts on creating idols who embody the aesthetic and cultural norms of their largely homogeneous audience, meaning foreigners would have a significantly harder time fitting in. Visual perfection is a non-debatable part of the K-pop industry, meaning plastic surgery, strict diets, and intense training in both dance and vocal performance are all standard practices. Non-Asian features, which may not align with these conventional ideals, can make it harder for a foreign trainee to fit into a group that is expected to exhibit true perfection in the eyes of the audience, and this risk of standing out rather than blending in often makes companies hesitant to invest heavily in nurturing non-Asian talent. Even though including a foreign member could open doors to whole new markets by allowing a group to tap into fan bases in the idol's home country, companies typically use this strategy only for neighboring markets like Japan or China. A group might be willing to use a foreign member to bolster their image in Japan, but it doesn't seem like this is an ideal situation that companies would strive to achieve, and it's often a byproduct of accepting an exceptionally talented foreigner. More often than not, foreign trainees are also signed under smaller, lesser-known companies, perhaps as a marketing ploy to generate media buzz for their company. However, this approach has its downsides as the popularity of these idols tends to be fleeting when compared to their Korean counterparts. The K-pop industry is, at its core, a business driven by profit, meaning that artists are often lured in with promises of stardom only to be met with strict and sometimes even exploitative terms, and the reality of a foreign idol makes this all the more serious. These contracts often force trainees to repay the company all of their training costs, and if the idols fail to generate the expected income, they are quickly dropped. Many former idols have shared stories of overwhelming debt and insufficient pay, and when you're a foreign trainee, the stakes are even higher, especially if they don't live in Korea full-time, meaning getting kicked out would most likely mean having to go all the way back home. They not only have to overcome cultural and linguistic barriers, but also face a system that may not be fully prepared or willing to support them outside of their working hours. Learning the Korean language and culture is, of course, an essential part of becoming a K-pop idol, and foreign trainees often start with only an elementary knowledge of Korean, if even that. They must juggle their intense training sessions with language classes and cultural assimilation, all while keeping up with their academic or personal commitments, often with no familiar support. Some companies are thankfully slightly more loose with these requirements, hoping not to overwhelm their foreign trainees, but this seems to vary greatly depending on the agency's vision and the talent of the trainee. However, the pressure to perform and to conform to Korean norms can also be overwhelming, and it's not uncommon for foreign idols to experience harsher training methods compared to their Korean peers. In many ways, this all seems to tie back to an overall issue in the industry, as K-pop isn't just about the music, it's about creating a specific image and brand that appeals to a domestic market. Many companies might then be hesitant to stray away from what has proven successful, even if that means missing out on the diverse talent that could be found globally. So while the inclusion of a foreign member can sometimes provide a group with instant access to new markets, it also risks disrupting the carefully curated visual and cultural identity that is expected by fans. Fans have for years now been vocal about these issues on online forums and social media, with many even calling out the fact that the industry's narrow focus on profit and perfection leaves little room for evolution. It's especially hard to witness when companies are trying to advocate for global groups and global audiences, all while failing to help their foreign idols and trainees succeed. Critics have also called out the fact that while many foreign idols have debuted and even gained some initial popularity, the companies often lack the proper training or planning to keep promoting them to further success. However, while it can can be said that companies often fail to properly work with the opportunities they have. For many non-Korean idols, the struggle goes beyond just cultural and language barriers, as many claim the discrimination comes from inside. One huge example of this has been heavily discussed by CLC's Sorn and Elkie, who have spoken openly about the financial challenges they faced because of their foreign status. Sorn has often expressed frustration over the fact that, despite having the same extensive training and talent as their Korean counterparts, many foreign idols receive lower pay from their companies. In interviews, Sorn has often brought up the fact that the pay gap is not just a rumor, but a systemic issue, where non-Korean trainees end up with worse contracts as they were reportedly paid 6 figures less than their fellow group mates. Similarly, Elkie has confirmed that the difference in their earnings affects not just their monthly salaries, but also limits opportunities for promotions, endorsements, and overall financial security. Fans have often argued that it all seems to go back to the fact that foreign features might not align with conventional beauty standards in the industry, which would come with harsh scrutiny from Korean audiences. To many, it doesn't seem fair that the companies would invest less in their foreign assets just because of the potential backlash, as this automatically puts foreign idols in a worse position before they are even given a chance to win over the general audience. However, many fans have also observed that foreign idols frequently endure comments and behaviors that suggest they are not fully accepted as part of the K-pop family, even when they come from well-respected big companies. One notable case involves aespa's Giselle, who is half Korean and half Japanese, who has become a target for hateful remarks that often question her authenticity as an idol. Many can't help but notice how, despite being part of a successful group, she is viewed as an outsider by both some fans and industry insiders, as she has repeatedly been left out of promotional material, such as the time they campaigned for the cosmetics brand Club Clio Japan. Not only was she left out of their campaign posts on social media, but she was even left off their website while all the other members had a spot. Another incident that many fans found downright offensive was during aespa's promotion of the fashion label MLB Korea, where the brand spelled Giselle's name wrong on all their marketing. Even something as simple as having her Spotify playlist uploaded to the aespa account was something that she had to individually ask for, unlike her group mates who had theirs uploaded straight away. Unfortunately, Giselle isn't the only aespa member to experience discrimination for being a foreigner, as her group mate Ning Ning is often in the exact same situation, as fans have often complained about her lack of schedules and the fact that she's often kept out of promotional material. It wasn't that long ago either that the group attended the Yonsei University Festival, where fans noticed that the post promoting the event seemed to deliberately leave out Ning Ning while the rest of the group's pictures had been used. When the issue was raised by fans, nothing seemed to have been done by the company, something that fans often experience when it comes to both of aespa's foreign members. These are just a few examples of a long-running issue that fans of the group have been trying to raise for years, yet it seems like very little is done to protect their image. Similarly, not even someone as famous as BLACKPINK's Lisa is able to escape this sort of treatment and other harsh comments due to her Thai heritage. Similarly to what Sorn and Elkie have discussed, it was revealed that even now, foreign idols are paid less, Lisa included. Despite her enormous popularity and success, Lisa is also often the main target when it comes to hateful comments directed at the group, and many of them seem to have an issue with her appearance or cultural background. Many fans have long been tired of the discrimination she is forced to face for so many years now, and it isn't uncommon to find fans demanding better for her under hashtags like Respect Lisa. Even when it comes to promotional schedules, fans have noticed a significant lack of work opportunities compared to other BLACKPINK members, again ending in call-out hashtags online like YG let Lisa do her work. Yet, despite these efforts, the criticisms continue, as it is often never addressed by the company in a way that would actually make a difference. Many fans have long accepted that no matter what, as long as the company is lacking in taking care of their idol and their image, it would be almost impossible for the Korean audience to accept them as one of their own. For a field that is so fiercely competitive and heavily driven by profit, it seems like even under big companies like SM Entertainment and YG Entertainment, the cookie-cutter image that they have been used to for so long still hasn't expanded to include fresh foreign concepts. It is overall a very unfortunate subject, as many believe that if the industry were to offer fairer contracts, equal pay, and a more supportive environment, foreign idols could not only thrive, but also bring fresh perspectives that would only help enrich the industry.